So this is probably the last video I'll do before Christmas. It was started off as my November video, but given I've just been busy, to be honest, and the weather's been continued absolutely crazy, as you'll see from this video. But hopefully, oh god, we're in the middle of a heat wave. I think this is the third heat wave we're in the middle of this month. You can see all the leaves falling off the poor old trees, and oh my goodness. G'day folks, Andy here from McDowell Manor. So this is our news. This happens to be ABC TV, our national broadcast provider. What she's talking about there is that New South Wales has bushfires. Queensland, where I live, certainly has a lot of them. From my own yard, it's bloody hot and dry. Now this is really early in our fire season, like barely into it, 3 weeks in I think. For the country to be starting to burn already is kind of crazy, and we've forecast nothing but drought for the next couple of years. So things are going to look very Australian, I'm afraid, for a while. Nothing to see here about climate change, folks. It can't be real, can it? So, geez, I tell you what, I've seen some disasters all across the northern hemisphere. And as the seasons turn, as they want to do, it looks like it's our turn, eh?
Now just at advice level and watch and act. There is an emergency warning for displays just south of, on the border between New South Wales and Queensland, and just south of Warwick. It's about 20 degrees there at the moment, so relatively cool, and a southeasterly gusting up to 9.
So I'm hoping they talk about the Darling Downs fires, because they're shockers. We've lost 40 houses there, one dead. So Warwick's actually a fairly big town. Well, biggish, not really big, but biggish.
There are also these blazes burning at emergency level up north just to the west of Cairns and the Atherton Tablelands area.
Yeah, so the Darling Downs one, Rosy's telling me that's largely out, which is good because it was a real worry. So the east coast essentially is burning. Well, you can see everybody's footpaths greening up. Now talk about weird weather. So we were hot as heck, dry as anything, and half the state, well, 2 states were on fire. Then we had a whole lot of rain for a couple of days, not statewide, but just across a couple of areas, me included, which let me work out the bloody camper trailer's still got a very small leak in the roof in the front cupboard section. So I'll fix that, I'm on to that. But yeah, nothing weird about climate change here or anything, but how you go from a drought to a flood is beyond me. But I'm complaining about the water because it's topped my tanks up again, which is great. They were running real low, and as you can see, things are really just growing like mad at the moment. It's great. This is a bit of a shock. I actually got 2 peaches. There's one there that I reckon it's ripe. And then there's one tiny little one over there, which I didn't see. So somehow these two have snuck through. Not sure if it's oh, hang on, I've got another one up here. They're the ones the bloody possums have missed. How good is that? Spreading a bit of poop. That's horse poop. That's a super dwarf Cavendish, as is that little guy over there. Over here, I think those front ones are ladyfingers. And then behind them is full-size Cavendish. So we've given them a bit of poop as well. One of the blue Javas, the big one, that did have some banana bunch on, they never developed. Now I suspect it was just way too dry. But anyway, so we've pooped everything up here now. I've cut down the big boy, because I only ever produce one bunch. And I've laid the trunk along the side of where the water flows. Remember I got that funny gully? So I used it like a swale to to catch the water and sort of route it into the vetiver grass to hold it in place. So that's another job done. Sorry, I'm puffing. I love me horse poo. Bloody Vivian put me, a lady called Vivian from Brisbane Local Food put me onto that. So the other chore I've got to do in the next little while is I want to poop up that berry. That's a thornless blackberry. And I want to poop up that guava. And then I've got a couple of bags of poop on the other side. You can't really see, but some of those trees are mulberries. And I want to get them really nicely topped up with poop and premium potting mix. So they'll flourish next time. But there you go. So we're into spring, well and truly. In fact, I'd bloody argue it was near summer, the way the days are going. It was hot, cold as buggery for a while. Then it got, well, bam, straight away, next day, warm as. So there you go, folks. In other news, in the aquaponics eggplant, you can see I am getting eggplants, which I'm very excited about. So there you go. I was losing all the flowers, so I was getting quite worried about that, but it seems to be on the up and up now. Who knows, maybe moving the bees over this side will help. Now, something I don't show very often is that fountain working. Hayden and I, my grandson, were watering the tree ferns, weren't we, Hayden?
Yes. And
so he filled up the fountain a bit and we thought we'd give it a test run, make sure it was all good. It really is quite lovely out here, isn't it? I call that my tropical garden now. Used to be the Japanese garden, but because I have bamboo and stuff, but it's tropical garden. So follow on from it was crazy, it was really cool, and now it's getting quite hot. We actually got a warning for our buddy heat wave yesterday. So largely it's away from us, a bit further out west, which is great, but you can see we're sitting on 36, and this is, you know, it's well and truly livable. We're set up for this. Right, so we've got to not quite midday, and it's 38.5. You may as well say 36. Oh, look at that. Looks like it's going to rain this afternoon. They did predict a possible storm, but I've noticed this one tends to over-predict on rain, so maybe, maybe not. Just filming, trying to get a picture of the dead grass here from how dry it's been. And who turns up? My mate Maggie. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Maggie. We've got a few of these birds. When they nest, they can be a little antsy and swoop people. But our ones have got to know us pretty well, so the world's a happy place with them. Usually when they see us out here, they'll come flapping on down just in case we're going to give them some tucker. That's what we use the mealworms for, is feeding the magpies. A lot of people make the mistake of using mints and stuff, and it's no good for them. So poor old Buffy, she's gone broody. She comes out periodically for a drink and something to eat. Otherwise just sits here all day and forces me to put my hand up under her looking for eggs. Luckily she's not a feral chook that's going to scratch or bite the hell out of me, because I have had a few draw blood, but this one's pretty good. The egg I got out from under her. Look, she's not even fluffed up. She's the funniest old chicken. Good girl, Buffy. She gets a neck scratch when she lets me get it without any fuss. Seems to like that. I try and get a bit organised before Christmas. What I'm doing there is bottling up we'll bottle up a brewer's 2 dozen, so 27 large bottles. That's our beer fermenter. Over here we've got the alcohol-based filtering, that becomes rum. So I'll try and get another lot of spirits on and another lot of beer on, and then we'll have ample supply to shut the distillery / brewery / laundry / also breeding room for the quails, the nursery. Oh, there's a batch in there, Andy, look at that. We'll shut that probably all down for Christmas and resume early in the new year after the silly festivities are over. No, they've vanished. Oh, no, there they go. Getting a decent size up. Not quite, although that one was a beauty. Not quite ready, I don't think. So that's a peanut butter bush. Now, I reckon they taste a lot like dates. You've got to leave them till they're actually slightly overripe. It's got flowers. I'm actually hoping we get some fruit on it. I've never had it fruit. So that's a bit of excitement this month. Another little pumpkin on. The lychee tree is doing quite well, I reckon. Coffee trees not at all enjoying the heat. And I think I did see a tiny weeny little fruit on this kaffir lime. So things are going not bad. Oh, the garlic still hasn't. That's elephant garlic, so it's still not ready to be picked yet. Hard to believe given how bloody hot it is, but anyway, it's struggling on.
Security vision shows the back awning of one of the boats.
So this is Channel 9 News.
Into the air. Now there was houses alongside the marina that were also damaged. You can see them.
So even though the cyclone's over, you'll get an idea of the damage.
Of these wings and thrown onto the roofs of these houses, damaging them. Locals there were forced to try and repair them as quickly as they could. Now also in this area, another house was damaged. You can see the photos of the garage roof had a hole in it. There were also fences in the property that were smashed, a glass panel along the pool, also completely ripped to smithereens by these strong winds. And bizarrely, a portaloo has somehow ended up in the driveway of this home. This cyclone does pass through. You can never rule out this wild weather here.
And so now they're experiencing to the road behind him, severe floods.
Not only cutting roads, but endangering lives. A dozen people and their pet guided to safety when rising water surrounded their home.
1 a.m. in Mossman.
The river is rising down the end of the street.
Jarring wake-up call courtesy of Jasper.
So that there is a silver beet. Have a look at the size of that one. Honestly, that's higher than my waist. It is an absolute whopper. Sorry, I got distracted. So it's stinking hot. We're in the middle of yet another heat wave. Up north's getting hammered. They just had a cyclone, so 1 in 4 houses around the Cairns area, that's north of me, are without power. 18 people had to be rescued. I haven't heard of anybody dying, which is great. But yeah, there's been a fair old whack of catastrophe, I'm afraid. So with that, I'll leave you go until Christmas time arrives and share a little bit of Aussie Christmas cheer with you. And I hope you've enjoyed the November update of bloody bizarre weather and all. I'll catch you all around Christmas time. Alright, hey Bob, hooroo folks, see ya.